Alright, hello to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals out there across the electrical ocean. This is Jazzman back with another game. This one going to be between NeoKalak playing full faction Savage Tundra. No, sorry, he's playing... What am I saying? He's playing a split between Savage Tundra and Forglar Swamp. And then over here we've got Ssharsted playing full faction Forsaken Waste, going with General Corson, which is pretty lucky. He's got Lead the Charge. So his further future deployments will have initiative, going up to that top font, and that's going to be good because the General Corson is 88 Nora, and I'm pretty sure unless you've got like Broken Bones lurking in your rune dock, you're not going to have the Nora for another champion next turn, if you're going first, as Ssharsted is. So on NeoKalak's side, I don't know, Forglar Swamp Savage Tundra, what could he be running? Could be running Beasts maybe if he's feeling ballsy. Could be running Snap Teeth ST, my own patented homebrew, or Salaman Commando. Salaman Commando is also very possible. So Salaman Commando coming in here. I'm assuming he's going for this font because why would you ever go topside when you have a font right here? But who knows? He could be going for some wild and wacky strategy. Ooh, an Unholy Tomb from Ssharsted. Taking advantage, perhaps, of the fact that he has no Nora for another champion. Unholy Tomb is really nice to get out early. And, oh wow, Salaman... Okay, so, wait a minute. So Salaman Commando is over here to get this font, but he also deployed... Kalak also deployed the Hunter over here. Maybe, okay, I guess he's just ignoring topside for the moment. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty good strategy now that I think about it, because since Kalak... Ssharsted does not have a champion over here yet, there's really no rush, right, for Kalak to go to this top font, unless, you want the Nora. But I guess the additional deploy down here perhaps helps things a bit. Oh, okay, so he's got a Salaman Daredevil coming out. That makes sense. So Salaman ST, interesting. We'll have to see what synergies this deck can cook up here. We've got Commando in the font. Unfortunately, because of the blood tracker from Phoenix, not going to be able to be very useful in the knockout department. Corson absolutely going to myrtleize this poor fellow. But Salaman Hunter on the back line, definitely very nice on this map, especially because there's this wall of brush and rock, this vegetation here that prevents champions from getting over it. So Hunter can just sort of sit in this little alcove area and pot shot at mid-font from 8 spaces away. Very annoying to get to, unless you have something with teleport. There's actually a graveyard to nab that top font with a Grave Warrior. All right. Ssharsted with the plays. It's got that top font on lock, and basically at the same time as this Daredevil will get this font. So an interesting chain of events here on the top side of this map. And this is I really like this map. I've said this before. But this is one of my favorite maps. A lot of interesting things can happen on this map, such as, the order that we've just seen. And, Daredevil can, maybe cross this water, fly over it, threaten to contest, or maybe even cross this water to threaten contest. A lot of stuff going on. But there's an Arctic Turtle. Wow. I thought I was the only one crazy enough to run Arctic Turtle. He seems like he's literally just a big old boy. He's got 56 HP base. And normally in full faction Savage Tundra he'd have 66 or over 70, but even in a split he's pretty chunky. He's got slowing armor. Reflection is the upgrade that I usually take, but damage shield is okay depending on your preference. And he just kind of sits there, and eats up a bunch of hits, and says, you know what, I'm 60 Nora for I'm like 1-to-1 HP plus in Nora to HP ratio. I just sit there, I eat all the hits, I don't give a fuck. And he's really good at it too. But he can just sort of body block for stuff like the Hunter all day. And Essence Devourer here from Ssharsted in response. And Essence Devourer, also a really good champ, but one you kind of have to build around. It's not the kind of champion you can just throw into a deck and expect to do well. But he's going to be snacking good. He's going to be eating these Grave Warriors all day. And there goes one, popping it, and feeding the Devourer. But the thing is, these globes are actually are worth Nora. Like the Grave Warriors, they drop a 1 Nora globe. But if you've got a Death Harvester out with Dead Eater, then you can get a full 7 Nora back from that globe. So a nice bit of synergy if Death Benefit is your aim, which it seems to be, just based on Ssharsted's few deploys here. Corson, second form. Blood Phoenix has his rebirth, so it's going to get the death benefit engine rolling. Hunter stealths up in this area as expected. Going to be taking shots at Corsine. And I'm feeling already this is going to be a fairly long game. On this map, especially with like an Unholy Tomb this early, I mean, death benefit can really pop off. They've got, they've got a lot of late game power in the Cirkin and the Bird, and then the Essence Devourer build with the globes. So a lot of things they can do here. The only problem here for Ssharsted is that his champions are too fat. They are too chonky to squeeze by these narrow spaces here. So he's going to have to position fairly smartly so that he doesn't body block himself. And Solomon Commando realizes that, so he's just sort of sitting back and waiting for the engage, daring Corsine to rush at him under the protection of that Solomon Hunter. And there's the Cirkin coming down, of course with Vengeful. Makes a lot of sense, given death benefit. And it seems like Phoenix going up here for a Hex onto the Solomon Daredevil. So there's another Grave Warrior. I would probably not even move the Grave Warriors at all. I'd just keep them at that font. And just deploy them one after another onto the globes that they spawn for just the slightest amount of Nora back on their death. And that's assuming you don't have the Bird. Was that a snow trap that just went off? Yeah, it was a snow trap. Wow. So NeoKalak with the snow trap, impairing his own commando, of course, but definitely doing the same to these 2x2s. And I'm pretty sure that is deep snow, isn't it? Yeah, it is deep snow, so they'll be even more impaired by that than usual. So what's going on up here? There's the we gotta keep our eyes on both sides of the map here. We've got a lightning skewer going down onto the Phoenix, and then Solomon Hunter taking a shot at that Corsine before Solomon Commando finishes him off. Now, I'm of the opinion that the second form of General K is probably, I wouldn't say better than his first form. It depends. They're a little bit different in how you want to use them. But the second form is definitely better in like a font contest situation. He's got Oblivion Shield. Like he can 1v1 really well in a font with Conqueror and stuff. And interestingly, these abilities that he has are actually, they seem like they would be considered upgrades for stuff like Confuse and maybe like Goblin Thievery or whatever. A Mocking Toad. Damn, all right. Kalak with the interesting, definitely not too much scene deploys. Bodyguarding that Solomon Hunter. A man after my own heart, running stuff like Mocking Toad and Arctic Turtle. So Bodyguard going down onto the Hunter. I don't know if that's... I wouldn't have deployed that this early. I think the Bodyguard is a little bit maybe... I guess a little bit paranoid on the part of NeoKalak. Because I feel like the Hunter is like fine where he is. Like there's no way... Like what's the Essence Devourer going to do? Rush over these bushes to get to him? No, Essence Devourer is going to be like, man, I don't want to walk through there. That bush is too tall and too thick for me. And I guess, General Corsine feels the same. He's gonna chain lightning that Solomon Commando. And then Essence Devourer. Essence Devourer has a ton of damage. He can really wreck face, but yeah, he could kill the Commando here for sure with the normal attack and then a Blood Rage. So he's gonna get the normal attack, but unfortunately the impeding snow would prevent that play. So he's just gonna get one normal attack. So that snow trap paying off actually for NeoKalak. And I was assuming that this was going to be a Solomon deck, which it looked like at the start, but I mean, he's running fucking Mocking Toad and Arctic Turtle, so I have no idea what he's playing now. Maybe just like a good stuff split, but I mean, good stuff and Mocking Toad do not belong in the same sentence together. A Collection of Souls. Wow, there's a lot of interesting runes in this game. We've got Collection of Souls, buffed. Well, you could say buffed in the Forsaken Waste patch a while ago, but I don't like his new design. I think it's too similar to his old design where he just sort of floats around and he doesn't really utilize the stats that he's given via Soul Linked and Siphon properly. He gets kind of tanky with the channeling build, but I don't know. I mean, 85 HP, that's no joke, but with 0 defense, it goes faster than you think. So the Phoenix getting eaten by the Essence Devourer here because it was lower than the Grave Warrior normally. So normally the Grave Warrior would get eaten, but Phoenix was on like 6 HP, so he was the one to take the eat this time around. So the Salomon Daredevil wants to get into the action. He really wants to get down to this mid font fight, but of course he's got to defend against the Phoenix, which will be coming for that font. And if I were Ssharsted, I'd probably be sending the Grave Warriors toward that font as well, because they are real champions. Like, they can take that font if they get there. So just a never-ending stream of Grave Warriors heading for that font to keep NeoKalak on his toes. That'd be great. So Arctic Turtle stretching out his chonky neck, taking a bite out of General K, and yeah, the upgrades were confused away by the Jackeye Maiden here. And there's the horrific aura going down onto the Salomon Hunter, fearing him. It doesn't prevent the first attack, however, because precision disallows attacks from missing. But it will prevent any further attacks this turn, because feared, like not being able to attack and missing attacks are two different things. So Mocking Toad moving up, guarding his beloved Salomon Hunter dearly to his heart. And we've got Lonk's Beast Tamer. So this is, yeah, just basically a good stuff split. I was going to say Beasts, but then I realized that Beast Tamer doesn't have boost anymore. Beast Tamer has 0 synergy with Beasts, but it's still a great champion. I mean, she's like the premier ST support. Like, she has AP gen, she has healing, she's a body, like she can drive and stuff, and maybe even get an attack here and there. She's like a walking Horn of Order that also heals, basically. But Sirkin's eating good. He's feeding off all those Grave Warrior deaths. And it seems like Ssharsted potentially with the psychic link here between my brain and his, sending those Grave Warriors towards that topside font, as he should. And we've got Collection of Souls moving in, threatening that font. I feel like Collection of Souls should have Elusive or some kind of ranged protection. I mean, he's basically a cloud, right? And clouds, like, I mean, you try shooting an arrow at a cloud and see how far that gets you, right? So Skull of Decay coming down, cutting all of Jackeye Maiden's healing, also cutting the transfer life, of course. Arctic Turtle hiding in his shell. As Essence Devourer retreats, I feel like Sirkin's going to teleport over here with a Tempest Crown. So Pawn. And I feel like keeping that Collection of Souls right nearby that Sirkin will be pretty helpful in redirecting that damage. Because, I mean, 85 HP, like, that's a lot of HP. It's basically a bodyguard at this point for Sirkin. Redirecting attacks onto the Collection of Souls. Problem here is that Hunter will stealth at the end of every turn of NeoKalak's, so there's no way for Sirkin to actually attack it without any AoE spells going down. As far as AoE spells in FW go, I mean, there is Anathema, there is Chain Lightning if the champions are close enough together, and that's basically it. There's Desecration, maybe. I mean, and considering the runes that have been deployed already this game, Desecration is potentially possible. So, oh, here we go. They're the Lightning Skewer going down from the Arctic Turtle. And is there going to be a Furk Mask onto that Salomon Hunter? Maybe not yet. Maybe Hunter's Blind first, and then like Furk Mask with a piercing shot. That's the new thing the kids are doing these days, isn't it? Furk Mask to grant. Yep, there it is. Furk Mask for Paralytic Strike onto the Salomon Hunter. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. I appreciate the ingenuity in that combo, like people figuring that out. But I mean, when you take a 50 damage piercing shot to the face, it's not very fun to play against. If I were to be a little Nostradamus here for a minute, I would probably suspect Furk Mask getting changed to maybe to only grant, either remove the race Furk that it grants, or maybe grant a different ability than Paralytic Strike. But that's just me making a hypothetical prediction here. So we've got Borass Frostfall Tardigrade up top. And I don't know if that's like it's the limited edition version of Tardigrade, basically, which, if you ask me, it looks almost identical to the base version of Tardigrade. It's basically got a slightly pink shell. But yeah, Borass, I'm not sure if that's a reference to something, like an old player maybe, but I do not recognize it. But he has Snow Breach instead of Void Shield. That is suspicious, let's just say that. Tardigrade, you pretty much always want Void Shield on, because it's sort of its job is to eat up a lot of hits. So Sirkin, poking down that Arctic turtle as best he can, getting slowed by the slowing armor. And Essence Devourer sits in the font. And I really feel like Ssharsted needs to get at that Salmon Hunter, especially now that Ferk Mask is on there. Like you just gotta get in there with like an AoE spell of some kind and two-shot it after Bodyguard goes away. Maybe like with the Soul Reave, he could do it even while Bodyguard is up. But I feel like just relying on the death benefit engine alone isn't going to be enough to last him into the late game. 90 HP Collection of Souls, though, will take a while to chew through for NeoKalak here. And then we've got a Korag 2 heads up there, and there's the Essence Devourer taking out another skeleton. Horrific Aura is on cooldown, so that Hunter will be able to get some shots in there. And I'm pretty sure Arctic Turtle is just gonna sit. He's just gonna sit there and eat up hits until Lightning Skewer comes off cooldown. Yeah, I'd probably like put him over here so that Sirkin has to go all the way. Can't get 2 hits off without burning another spell. And I think Ssharsted needs like, aside from getting that Hunter down, he needs like more meat. Like, the Essence Devourer probably won't last too much longer. He needs like once that Korag gets in here, but like cheap stuff like a Bone Slave or Broken Bones, just to block and you'd rush down these champions here after the Arctic Turtle dies, which should be soon. I mean, it's on 30 HP, but Jackeye Maiden trying to prevent that with the heal, cut of course by the Skull of Decay up there. And are we going to see a contest by that Blood Phoenix? I'm expecting so, as it's not looking too great for Ssharsted down here. I would definitely want that Blood Phoenix in this font. ASAP. And this Grave Warrior should be over there too. And yeah, get these globes, man. That this is, I mean, it's 1 Nora, right? But I mean, still, like, why would you just not want two extra Nora in your Nora bank, right? You might as well. I mean, you got the Unholy Tomb generating Nora, so there's a little bit of loss of life there. And yeah, there's the Salmon Hunter. Oh wow, is there going to be another Paralyze somehow onto this Sirkin? Sort of what I'm expecting, right? I mean, Lightning Skewer should be on cooldown still, right? For 1 more turn, or 1 or 2 more turns. Well, there's a Gale Force. All right, so we're going to see a Gale Force. But the Daredevil coming in here with its Lightning Skewer for the Paralyze, and even though the damage gets redirected, the Paralyze effect still goes off, and oh, what a shame. Unfortunately, NeoKalak took a little bit too long on his turn there, and he ran out of time before he could get the shot. Although I don't even think he had the kill. 28 HP, Salmon Hunter had 9, so 18. Yeah, he definitely didn't have the kill there. It happens. It happens to the best of us. You think you have a plan, but then you get punched in the face. So Sirkin immediately dooms the Salmon Hunter with Ferk Mask. I don't know. I probably would have just killed it. Like, he had the he had the Shrine Exertion, maybe like a Soul Bane or something to get that final hit. But it's iffy. You don't want to run into like a Snowblind or something, but I mean, I guess Doom would have been Snowblinded as well. So there's an Anathema down bot, so no more healing from these guys. Collection of Souls can maybe get a hit in for 11, eat up the slowing armor so that Essence Devourer doesn't have to. And we do see the contest by Blood Phoenix. And in that 1v1, I'm pretty sure Phoenix will come out ahead in that because of Hex. And just the fact that, you know, Tardigrade doesn't have Void Shield, but Regen's going to get cut by the Skull of Decay anyway. So NeoKalak looking not too good after that fudged turn here. Arctic Turtle going to go down to a Blood Rage maybe? Assuming Blood Rage is... Yeah, Blood Rage should be up. I mean, Essence Devourer hasn't done anything yet. But, oh nice, the Soul... what's it called? Soul Channeling gets the kill from the Soul Tap. And that's before the Cleansing Aura goes off because of Deploy Order. So Jackeye Maiden gathers the Globe. And then Confuse should be up. So I think if you confuse the Essence Devourer, Horrific Aura will disappear. because the condition is reliant upon the ability. So maybe we can see a kill on this Essence Devourer with like another Gale Force or something. Salmon Hunter getting a piercing shot in, which of course gets pawned off to Korag. Then NeoKalak definitely has to make stuff happen at this bottom font, because he's losing top, or will lose top eventually, and then his champions are just going to get chipped away by the Unholy Tomb, by Sirkin poking at them, and then once this hunter dies, the gimmick will sort of fall apart. So Mocking Toad makes an attack. Does Mocking Toad even have an attack animation? I have never seen this champion in play. So I think I actually played it once, but then I realized how bad it was and dropped it from all my decks. But it didn't seem like it did. Maybe I missed it because I was looking somewhere else. With that Salomon Commando making an attack, realizing its life is spent, and then Jackeye Elder coming in. So maybe we'll see another Furk Mask coming onto Jackeye Elder. Snow Strike. So there's some kind of like snow synergy with this deck, but the problem when you split is like you're half Forglar Swamp, right? And your Forglar Swamp champions don't have Arctic. I'm assuming there's Orb of Protection in there somewhere, right? And there's got to be if you're running all this snow support. But I haven't seen it yet. Orb of Frostfall would be very nice on this map, especially if you can put it in like a seldom walked on space, like right here. This space, it looks like it's covered by the bush, but it's actually not. Like you can walk onto that, and nobody remembers that. Nobody ever tries to walk onto this space. So you could conceivably take the Orb of Frostfall and leave it there for the entire game and just cover this entire area in snow. It'd be very annoying to have to walk through that shit. But there's the Blood Rage onto Jackeye Maiden, and it will die as well to the that same thing as before, the Soul Channeling Loss of Life. The Sirkin coming in, Ssharsted taking very nice advantage of NeoKalak's previously wasted turn, healing up off that Mocking Toad. Then I guess Korag can maybe sort of coming in here and waylay the Daredevil for a while. And there's another Snow Trap, which actually prevents that play from Korag. So Korag was doing it, but he got impeded by the snow. And I'm assuming that the Snow Trap and the Snow Synergy stuff is in here to delay like the enemy's advance and prevent them from getting at their hunter, NeoKalak's hunters or elders. Yeah, and it's a decent strategy, like to sort of force the opponent off of your champions like that. But I have to wonder, like, what does he do versus Savage Tundra decks who are not impeded by snow at all? I guess he just sort of relies on stuff like Tardigrade to eat up hits, and Arctic Turtle to be in the way. But Tardigrade doing a little bit of damage to the Phoenix. It's really not a lot of damage, again, because of the Hex. And I don't know why Ssharsted is leaving these globes. Maybe he's running Bird and is waiting for the deploy, and then Bird just grabs like 5 globes at once. But I don't know. It seems like there's really no reason not to grab them. So Mocking Toad getting a couple hits in, and Salmon Hunter finishing off the Korag, dropping 2 zombies. And Raven Wraith here. Raven Wraith, my gal. She's got Soul Drinker, she's got Vaporize, and she's got this nice little combo now, Heartbreaker and a Bash. So she can actually get kills now and heal off of the Soul Drinker. Whereas before, she didn't really have that much damage, and she kind of just got one-rounded. Even through like Vaporize and Resist. It was not, she didn't really feel too good, but now, I mean, she can take Vengeful, and the Heartbreaker really makes her a threat while she's on the board. So there's some drive and action going down here onto the Elder. Are we going to see another Furk Mask? Maybe. Are we going to see the Furk Mask get foiled by Essence Devourers? Oh yeah, he was confused. Okay, so never mind. I'm just talking out my ass as usual. But Elder trying his darndest to eat through that soul collection of souls. It was actually up to 16 damage. That's not too bad at all. Mocking Toad sort of getting cut off here by the zombies and by Ssharsted's encroaching champions. Ssharsted taking possession of the mid font and healing that Sirkin back up to full. And yeah, Sirkin with Tempest Crown is really annoying to get to, because Sirkin's really annoying to get to in general, just because of, you know, he's fast, he's got teleport. But then you throw Pawn into the mix, and it's like, well, how the fuck do I get to Sirkin now? Then he just life siphons back up. Really strong combo. And then when you do get to him, he's majestic. So the synergy there is ripe. So we've got the kill off onto Maiden, and then Essence Devourer moves in. That Essence Devourer has put in a lot of work here. And that Salmon Hunter's time is almost up. What happened to the Furk Mask? I guess it got shattered by Cory the Zombie. I guess like there's I guess you don't want to leave it on there, but you know, it was just gonna die anyway, and these zombies aren't really worth protecting that much. But when there's an equip down, you might as well shatter it, I suppose. So there goes the defensive turtle by the Phoenix, and imagine if this Boras had Void Shield. Imagine how much tankier this guy would be if he had the right upgrades. I think he would have lasted a lot longer in that font. And oh, is that a desecration? I knew there would be a desecration. Didn't I say there would be a desecration at some point, just earlier in this commentary? So desecration actually kills. What did it even kill here? So it killed the Mocking Toad, unfortunately, for NeoKalak. And this Essence Devourer will be killed in response. It's on 3 HP. I was kind of looking forward to a drive kill. I love doing drive kills on stuff. But there's the Piercing Shot onto Collection of Souls. And these champions are actually both... I wouldn't say they're both dead, but they are... The Collection of Souls is very low now. And I think then this is another thing. The snow is completely blocking the Salaman Commando from getting to this Collection of Souls. If this snow wasn't there, that Collection of Souls might end up dying this turn, but it's not. Not going to happen. I guess he could get the Nora Globe, but instead he leaves it for the Collection of Souls to collect. And there's another Jackeye Maiden. So NeoKalak, sort of, I guess, desperate for deploys at this font, probably not having the Nora for much else. But I'm wondering like what his plan for topside is, because this Hunter is dead, and this Salaman Daredevil is basically dead, and this tardigrade will not last too much longer. I feel like this would be even better if Blood Phoenix had Life Siphon upgraded, because he could just out-sustain the tardigrade rather than relying on Hex. But there's the bird. All right, so I was right again. So bird with Dead Eater collects all of those Nora globes. That's 7 Nora per globe, so 7 times 4, that's 34. So a lot of Nora going down there for Ssharsted. And there we see the Hex yet again by Blood Phoenix. And I guess Raven Wraith's just gonna hang out, move around, let Vengeful stack up a bit. So we got 2 Vengeful champs, and this game is pretty. I don't want to say it's over, but it's looking pretty Jover. So we've got Sirkin coming in here with 20 damage, full HP. NeoKalak not really having a win con on the board at the moment, aside from, I guess, maybe Furk Mask on Elder, but even then, he's going to have to get paralyzed from somewhere. I'm wondering now, Salaman Commando, is there any way for him to re-stealth? Like on upgrades? I'm not sure if there is. He might have stealth, he might have escape somewhere on an upgrade line, but it seems like NeoKalak has gone with provision instead. So there is another Blood Phoenix at this mid-font, more global damage, and a second Essence Devourer. Oh yeah, this one's totally over. Yep, and Ssharsted takes the game. So well played to both, and we'll see everyone in the next one.